Maya never thought her breaking point would come on a random Tuesday morning. The kind where the sky looked normal, the street felt quiet, and everything seemed too boring for a life-changing moment. Yet there she was, standing in her apartment parking lot, staring at an empty space where her brand new silver Honda Civic had been parked the night before. For a few seconds, her brain refused to process it. She kept blinking, scanning the rows of cars like maybe she'd somehow forgotten where she parked. She even walked in a slow circle, her keys still dangling from her hand, hitting her thigh with every step. Her car was gone, and before she could even let the panic crawl up her spine, her mind whispered something she didn't want to believe. My family wouldn't know. No way. But she already knew they would. They could. They had done worse in smaller ways. A tight pressure built behind her ribs, the kind that made breathing feel like work. She pulled in a shaky breath and whispered, "No, not again." Before the story continues, hey, if you're listening to this and your family has ever pushed you past your limit, hit that subscribe button. This channel is where you get real stories, real emotions, and real endings that actually make sense. Don't miss the next one. Maya's phone buzzed in her hand, snapping her back. A text from her mom lit up the screen. "Mom, call me when you wake up. It's important, but don't freak out." Maya stared at the message. Every time her mother said don't freak out, it meant one thing: her sister, Brianna, had messed up again. And somehow the fallout always landed on Maya. She called immediately, pacing the sidewalk. Her mom picked up on the second ring. "Hey, sweetie," her mother said, her voice too soft, too careful. "Where's my car?" Maya asked. No greeting, no warmth, just the truth demanding oxygen. Her mom inhaled sharply. "Okay, don't get upset." "Where?" "Is my car?" There was a small pause, a guilty one. "Honey, Brianna needed it." Maya stopped walking. Needed it. What does that even mean? What are you talking about? She got into another accident last night. Her car's totaled. Maya closed her eyes. Of course she did. Brianna drove like rules were optional and consequences were negotiable. And she has orientation today for the nursing program. Her mom went on, voice sliding into that familiar tone. The one that treated responsibility like it was only Maya's job. "We didn't want her to miss it. You weren't using the car right that minute, and she needed to get there." Maya could feel her pulse in her ears. "So you gave her my car?" "We didn't give it to her," her mom corrected quickly. "We just borrowed it for her. You can pick it up later." You took the keys from my apartment without asking?" "You left the spare at our house weeks ago," her mother said, as if that justified anything. "You never asked for it back, so technically." "Oh my God," Maya whispered. Her throat burned. "Do you hear yourself?" Her mom sighed, the dramatic, exhausted kind that made Maya feel like the villain. "Sweetheart, you're overreacting. It's just a car." "No," Maya said quietly. "It's not just a car. I worked for that car. I pay for it. It's my name on the insurance. Mine." "Well, you know Brianna can't afford something like that right now. So that makes it okay to steal mine." Her mother gasped. "Steal?" Maya stopped being extreme. "We're family. Family share." "No," Maya said again firmer. "Why you share things that belong to me? You've been doing that my whole life." Her mom's tone sharpened. "You're being ungrateful. We helped you with so much over the years." "Mom, I paid for every payment on my own." "Well, yes, but we raised you, didn't we? We gave you everything you needed growing up." There it was. The classic parental debt collection speech. Maya felt something inside her snap, not loudly, not dramatically, just a quiet internal click like a lock turning in her own mind. "I'm coming to get my car," she said. Her voice felt too calm. "Tell Brianna to bring it home." "She can't. She's already on the highway." "And Maya, don't make this a big deal. She needs it for the week." Maya laughed, one short, humorless sound. "For the week?" "Mom." No. Her mother's tone turned icy. "You're being selfish." And that, ironically, was the final push she needed. Because for the first time in her life, the word didn't sting. It almost sounded fair. She was choosing herself, finally. "Okay," Maya said, voice level. "Since you're not giving my car back, I'll let the police handle it." "Excuse me," her mom snapped. "Maya, don't be stupid. It's stolen property," Maya said. And I'm reporting it. You wouldn't dare. Her mom hissed. You think anyone's going to side with you over your own family? Les, Maya said simply. Because it's mine. She hung up before her mom could respond. Her hands were shaking, but her mind felt clearer than it had in years. She dialed 911. Her voice stayed surprisingly steady as she gave her name, address, and the fact that her vehicle had been taken without her permission. The dispatcher was calm. Do you know who took the vehicle? Yes, Maya said. My sister. But she did not have consent. Okay. Officers will follow up with you shortly. After she hung up, she just stood there, hands on her hips, breathing through the trembling. 5 minutes later, her phone exploded with messages.
Mom, what did you do?
You're going to ruin your sister's future over nothing! Dad call us Nundabo. Brianna, you're actually insane for this. Maya didn't reply to any of them. Instead, she walked upstairs, grabbed the folder with all her car paperwork, and sat on the couch waiting for the knock on the door. When it finally came, she opened it to 2 officers standing calmly on her porch. Maya Thompson. One asked. That's me, she said. We're here about your stolen vehicle report. And for the first time in her life, Maya didn't shrink. She didn't apologize. She didn't soften her truth. She nodded and said, Yes, my family took my car, and I want it back. The officers stepped into Maya's living room, their radios crackling softly. One of them, a tall woman with a calm expression, sat across from her while the other jotted notes on a small pad. All right, Maya, the female officer said gently. Walk us through exactly what happened. Maya handed over the folder she'd prepared. Registration, insurance, purchase agreement, all with her name printed clearly. I bought the car 3 months ago. I make the payments. I keep the keys. Nobody has permission to use it. Last night it was parked outside. She gestured toward the window, and this morning it was gone. When I called my mom, she told me my sister took it without asking. The officers exchanged a glance, the kind that wasn't judgmental, just factual. So just to be clear, the second officer asked, Your sister did not have your permission? No, Maya said. She never has permission. Ever. The female officer nodded. Okay, this does meet the definition of unauthorized use. We're going to document this. We'll contact your sister and request she return the vehicle immediately. Maya's stomach twisted. Does she get arrested? Not if she brings it back when instructed, the officer said. But if she refuses, things escalate. Maya exhaled slowly. This was real. This was happening. Just so you're aware, the officer added, family situations can get messy, but you have every legal right to your property. Those words, your property, hit deeper than Maya expected. She felt her eyes burn, but she didn't cry. She just nodded and thanked them. As soon as the officers left, her phone buzzed again. This time it was a call from her dad. She let it ring. He called again. She still ignored it. Then a text popped up, Dad, we need to talk. Now. She stared at it, jaw tightening, and finally answered, What do you want? What do I want? He shot back immediately. I want my daughter to stop acting like she's some victim. Your sister needed help. She needed a car. Maya corrected. She took mine. You helped her do it. That's called femile. He snapped. Something you clearly don't understand. Maya sat down on her couch, pressing her fingers to her forehead. Dad, you didn't even ask me. And you would have said no, he said, because you're selfish these days. Maya let out a short breath, half disbelief, half exhaustion. So because I wouldn't give her my 29,000 car, you took it for her. You didn't need it today, he said. And she did. You have flexibility at work. She doesn't. Why can't you think like an adult? I am thinking like an adult, Maya said quietly. Adults respect boundaries, her father scoffed. Don't start the therapy nonsense with me. You embarrassed this family by involving the cops. No, Maya said sharply. Why you involved the cops when you stole my property? Her dad's voice rose. You're going to drop the report. Maya, he warned, if you push this... She cut him off. The officers are already contacting Brianna. There was a long, silent beat on the other end. Then low and angry, he said, I raised you better than this. No, Maya said softly. You raised me to be quiet. I'm just not doing that anymore. She hung up again. Minutes later, her phone rang from an unknown number. Against her better judgment, she answered. "Mamay! What the hell is wrong with you?" Brianna's voice, shrill, furious, dramatically on brand. Maya sighed. "Just bring my car back." "I am less!" Brianna yelled. "Do you understand that? I literally just got here, and now 2 cops showed up asking for me like I'm some criminal." Maya didn't respond right away. She just stared at the blank TV screen, fingers tapping her thigh. "You are a criminal," she said. "You took something that doesn't belong to you." "Oh my God, you're actually psychotic," Brianna spat. "I told them you said I could use it sometimes." Maya froze. "You will ID'd to the police." "Yeah, duh," Brianna said. "What was I supposed to do? Tell them my sister is a jealous BTS who's mad because mom and dad actually care about me." Maya's chest tightened. "Bring my car back." "No," Brianna said. "I'm not leaving orientation. I need to be here. You can get it later." Maya nodded slowly, quietly, even though Brianna couldn't see it. "Okay," she said calmly. "Then I'm letting the officers know you refused." "Do that?" Brianna snapped. "See if I care." She hung up. For a moment, Maya sat there staring at the wall, hearing nothing but the door of her own patience finally slam shut. She texted the officer back, "Maya, she refused to return the car. She is not cooperating." The reply came, "Within 2 minutes, officer, thank you. We will proceed accordingly." Outside, the afternoon sun shifted across her living room floor. Everything felt too still, like the world paused to see what she would do next. Then, about 30 minutes later, her mom called. Maya ignored it. She called again and again. Finally, Maya picked up, more annoyed than anything else. Her mom's voice was choked with emotion. "Maya, honey, please, please, don't let them arrest your sister. You don't understand. This will follow her forever." Maya leaned back on the couch. "Mom, I asked for my car. You told me no." She told me no. "What else was I supposed to do?" "Talk to us," her mom cried. "Be reasonable?" "I'm reasonable." Reasonable didn't work. Her mom sniffled loudly. "You're punishing her." "I'm protecting myself," Maya corrected. "This isn't you," her mom whispered. "You're letting your anger control you." "No," Maya said softly. "I'm letting consequences control me. Something you should have done with Brianna a long time ago." Before her mom could respond, Maya's phone buzzed again. A new text. This time from the officer. "Officer, we've located the vehicle. Your sister refused to hand over the keys. She became combative. She is being detained for questioning." Maya's pulse thudded in her ears. She wasn't happy. She wasn't relieved. She wasn't even guilty. She was just tired. Her mom must have heard the silence. "What was that?" she asked, voice trembling. Maya cleared her throat. "They found the car." And Brianna refused again. Her mother gasped. No, Maya, STPHS. Maya closed her eyes. "I already did everything I could." Her mom's voice broke. "You're destroying this family." "Mom," Maya whispered, "this family destroyed itself." She hung up slowly, her hand shaking just a little. Then she grabbed her bag, locked her apartment, and headed out. If the officers were going to call her to pick up the car, she wanted to be ready. For the first time in her life, she walked down the stairs feeling like she wasn't the background character in her own story anymore. She was finally choosing her own side. By the time Maya reached the police station, her heart was pounding, not from fear, but from something closer to disbelief. The building was small, quiet, the kind of place people associate with speeding tickets and noise complaints, not family implosions. Inside, the same female officer from earlier recognized her immediately. "Maya," she said gently. "Come with me. We located your vehicle. It's in our lot. Before we release it to you, we need to go over a few things." Maya followed her to a small room where a file lay open on the table. She sat, hands clasped, waiting. The officer took a seat across from her. "Your sister was detained temporarily because she refused to cooperate. That's standard procedure. She's not under arrest at the moment, but the report will reflect her refusal." Maya swallowed. "Is she okay?" The officer nodded. "She's upset, emotional." "But fine?" Maya let out a slow breath. She didn't want Brianna hurt. Never had. She just wanted her boundaries respected. The officer continued, "Before we let you take the car, you need to understand your options. You can proceed with pressing charges, or you can request that the reports stay on file without further action. Maya's stomach twisted. If I press charges, what happens to her? She would be charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. In this state, that's a misdemeanor. It could affect her record. Maya looked down at her hands. She saw the tiny half-moons her nails had pressed into her palms. Suddenly she felt overwhelmed, not by guilt, but by the weight of it all. The years of being overlooked, dismissed, sacrificed. The endless expectation to give up what she earned so her sister could have what she wanted. Maya? The officer said softly. You don't have to decide right this second. I know. Maya whispered. Take a walk. Think it through. The car is out back when you're ready. We'll give you privacy. Maya nodded and stood. The moment she stepped into the hallway, her phone buzzed again. Mom, they told us what's happening. Maya, P.S. don't press charges. I'm begging you. Dad, this is nonsense. Fix it now. Brianna, hope you're happy. I'm literally crying in front of cops because of you. What kind of sister does this? Maya closed the messages without replying. She stepped outside into the sunlight, leaned against a concrete barrier, and finally let the silence settle around her. A few minutes later, another message popped up. Aunt Lisa, hey sweetie, your mom called me. Don't let them bully you. If they took your car without permission, they're in the wrong. Whatever you decide, I'm proud of you. Maya stared at the text. Her throat tightened unexpectedly. For the first time all day, someone wasn't demanding something from her. Someone was just supporting her. She typed back, Maya, thanks. I really needed that. After another minute of quiet breathing, she walked around the corner to the back lot. Her silver Honda was parked in the shade, looking exactly the same as she left it, except for the bright yellow evidence tag hanging from the rearview mirror. Seeing it made something inside her chest crack open. She'd worked overtime shifts for this car, saved for years. She remembered the day she signed the papers, how proud she felt, and how no one in her family said, congratulations. They'd acted like it was expected. Normal, not a big deal. She walked around the car, ran her fingers along the cool metal door, then slid inside. It smelled like her air freshener again, not like her sister's perfume. For the first time in a long time, she felt ownership, control. Peace. She returned inside to finalize the paperwork. The officer handed her a pen. Have you decided how you want to proceed? Maya hesitated only a moment. I want the report to stay on file, she said. But I don't want to press charges. Not today. The officer nodded. That's a reasonable choice. I just want my car back, Maya murmured. And you will, the officer said. But for your own protection, I'd recommend keeping your keys secure. Maybe change where you store the spares. Maya nodded. Yeah, I will. She signed the paper. The decision felt solid, not weak, not forgiving, just final in a healthy way. When she walked out of the station, she found her dad waiting near her car, arms crossed. Oh God, she muttered under her breath. He stormed toward her immediately. You humiliated this family. Humiliated us. Maya unlocked her car door calmly. I didn't do anything wrong. You called the cops on your own sister, he shouted. She stole my car, Maya said. And you helped her. Her dad's jaw clenched. You're choosing a piece of metal over your own blood. No, Maya said softly. I'm choosing myself over being used. Her dad fell silent for the first time all day. Then he said, quieter but sharper, you're dead wrong for this, Maya? Don't come to us when you need something. Maya raised her brows. I haven't asked you for anything in years. He shook his head in disgust and walked away. She watched him go, then opened her car door and slid in. She didn't cry. She didn't shake. She didn't feel guilty. She felt free. As she started the engine, her phone buzzed again. This time with a text from Brianna. Brianna, you ruined everything for me. I hope you're happy. Maya breathed out slowly and replied, Maya, I didn't ruin your life. Your choices did. She put her phone face down on the passenger seat and drove away, her hands steady on the wheel. The road ahead felt clearer than it had in years. That night, Maya blocked their group chat. She muted their numbers, and she ordered a small wall safe for her apartment, somewhere she could keep spare keys, documents, and anything else she didn't want disappearing again. It wasn't revenge in the dramatic movie sense. It was quiet revenge, healthy revenge, adult revenge. The kind that starts with choosing yourself and ends with letting people deal with the consequences they created. And for the first time in her adult life, Maya fell asleep without feeling like someone's second choice. She felt like her own first choice. If you felt Maya's story, make sure you subscribe, share, and drop a comment telling us your thoughts. Your support keeps these real, emotional stories coming.